Today's Jesus in 3 is coming from the Jordan River. In a moment, together with my friend Dwain Peregrym and Dr. Norris from our church in Toronto, we're going to be baptizing about 35 people from our group that is here. Now, the word baptism is bautizo, which means burial. So when the Bible speaks of baptism, we must always pay attention. Is it talking about baptism in water? Because it's not always talking about that. Sometimes it's talking about baptism into Jesus, that we are buried into Jesus, that we are enclosed by Jesus. And then sometimes it talks about that what Jesus did for us when he took our sins, he died and he was buried, then we were buried with him. It's the same word. We were baptized with Jesus as he was baptized into the grave, into the tomb. We were baptized with him. We are in him. We are included in him. And then when he rose again, we are risen with him into new life. And for the early church believers, they heard this message, this astounding gospel, that when Jesus died, I died. And when Jesus was buried, all my sin and shame and guilt was buried with Jesus. And then when he rose, I'm risen with him. This is unbelievable. How could this be true, that I am so identified with Jesus? Then once they heard and believed that, you could hardly believe it. It's so good message. It was natural. They say if you believe that, you confess that with your mouth, but you also confess and declare your faith by going into the water. And you're not just saying, I want to follow Jesus, though you are saying that. You're saying, I believe that when he died, I died with him. When he was buried, my sin and shame and guilt was buried with him. And when he rose again, so when I'm lifted out of the water, I'm declaring, I believe that I have resurrection life with Jesus. As he is, so am I in this world. So yes, sometimes we evangelicals make it so much about in obedience, and it is. We make it so much about declaring our faith, and it is. But it's not just our allegiance, like we pledge our allegiance. It is a revelation. And so sometimes people say, oh, I don't know if I should be baptized or not. I never try to persuade them because like you talk, oh, you should be baptized. Instead, I give them this revelation. You are included in Jesus. You died, was buried, you're risen with him until a light goes on. Aha! If that's what it's about, of course, I want to be baptized in water. Of course, I want to declare that I believe and embrace this, which is something so wonderful. And that's what we're doing here today by the River Jordan. Isn't it beautiful?